We came so close to becoming European champions. That's it. Euro 2020/21 done, and it results in Italy becoming European champions. And England yet again getting the penalty curse, but this time on the biggest stage of them all. Welcome back to West Ham Official. I hope you are all well. We came so close last night, and it's so disappointing. I'm going to go through the game and then go through a couple of topics, and then the tournament on a whole. So we kicked off the game really, really well in the second minute. I think it was from a really bad back pass from Harry Maguire resulted in a corner to Italy, and then we broke. Harry Kane was given the ball, passed out to Kieran Trippier on the right hand side, who floated a lovely ball over the cross to Luke Shaw, who have volleyed it straight into the back of the net. And 2 minutes in, England erupted because we were 1-0 up. We were on our way. We only needed another 88 minutes, and then we were going to be European champions. We did hold on for a considerable amount of time. I'd say, and up until the 35th minute was the cut-off. From the 35th minute, I think, then Italy really turned it on, and we couldn't cope with that. They did it for 15 minutes in the first half. Could have scored a couple of times there. They didn't, but they came out and did exactly the same thing in the second half, and then we absorbed as much pressure as we possibly could have done, but in the end it just came a bit too much, and it was such a scrappy goal to concede as well. So disappointing. The ball came in from a corner. I think it came off an Italy player, a world-class save from Jordan Pickford, and then he tipped onto the post, and then I think it was Bonucci or Chiellini, one of them, just tapped it into the back of the net to make it 1-1. And then at that stage they were well on top. We just could. It was just one-way traffic, bang, 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 and I thought we were going to concede another. I was going to be completely honest with you. We did well though to contain it until extra time, and then in extra time I thought they got a little bit tired, and we took some chances, didn't end up converting them, but we had a few chances, we had a few corners, and that was the real chance for England to win it, and we couldn't do that in the end. It went to penalties, and I think all England fans' heart rate was about 200 beats per minute when penalties came, because we knew that it just wasn't going to happen in the end. But we did start off well, I do believe. Jordan Pickford saved Italy's first penalty. Harry Kane converted ours. Then Italy scored their first. Harry Maguire scored our second. We were in the box seat. And then a really, really hard decision for Gareth Southgate to make was, of course, the penalty takers. He probably knew those two, Harry Maguire and Harry Kane. They did their job. They thumped the ball into the back of the net. They took a proper penalty. And then his final three stepped up. Marcus Rashford, Bukayo Saka, and Jadon Sancho stepped up. The only criticism I'm going to give them today, because there's a lot of criticism out on Twitter, and if we lost, we knew it was going to come, and it's just ridiculous. But I think we just lacked that little bit of experience with our penalty takers. I think they watched Harry Maguire and Harry Kane score penalties by not doing nothing fancy, with a nice long run up and hitting the ball hard into the corner of the net. That's how to take a penalty. Marcus Rashford stepped up and tried to be all fancy dancy and just step up, stutter, try and see where they're going, and he hit the post. I suppose it was a bit unlucky at the end, but then Jadon Sancho stepped up and did pretty much exactly the same thing, tried to do a stupid run-up, and it was a nice height for the goalkeeper to save. So we missed 2 penalties on the trot now, and Italy were very much in the box seat. Jordan Pickford pulled off a world-class save to almost keep us in the game, because if Jorginho would have scored that penalty, that would have been it. Italy would have been European champions at that moment. But Jordan Pickford pulled off an absolutely amazing save just to tip the ball onto the post, and luckily it didn't end up trickling into the back of the net for that matter. So Jordan Pickford kept us in it, and then up stepped Bukayo Saka. Courage from this lad to step up for probably England's most pressured kick of a football for 55 years, and Gareth Southgate gave it to an 18 or 19-year-old. Whoever made that decision, they must have had some balls. I definitely wouldn't have gave it to Bukayo Saka. I think in a penalty shootout, you need experience. We had 2 experienced players, they scored. We had 3 inexperienced players, they missed. It's as simple as that. And surely, I mean, the only bit of criticism I'm going to give, because Bukayo Saka must be absolutely hurting today, but just that little bit of common sense would have prevailed, I think. 2 of his mates stepped up and scored by hitting the ball hard, and then 2 of his mates stepped up and missed it by trying to be all fancy dancy. And Bukayo Saka did exactly the same thing. Did a stupid run up, couple of steps, tried to stutter, and it was a rubbish penalty. Let's be honest. I'm just going to state the facts. Nice height for the goalkeeper, wasn't in the corner. A pretty easy save for Donnarumma, which left Jordan Pickford's efforts needed no more as Italy became champions. And to be fair, we didn't deserve to win that if we were going to miss 3 penalties out of 5. We just don't deserve to win it. I mean, no football team deserves to win a penalty shootout if you've missed 3 out of your 5. I'm afraid. This is international football, and that's just not good enough. Italy did miss 2 penalties, although, but we just couldn't get the penalty curse out of us, and we couldn't get over the line. It's so disappointing, but when you look at the whole season campaign, Euros. What a memorable campaign it's been. What a memorable story it's been. Starting off, nobody thought we would get to the final. Everybody was writing us off. We beat Croatia, and then we were all brought back down to ground level when we drew with our foes, Scotland. And then we beat the Czech Republic, and then it started in the last 16 where we beat Germany, then we beat Ukraine, then we beat Denmark, and we got to the final to play a very, very good side, and we just weren't enough in the end. I think we were any team is unlucky to lose a final on penalties, because it's just so frustrating, because it's 50-50 what could happen with penalties, and it's just so frustrating that last night we couldn't win, because I mean, what a party it would have been. And I think the weather outside for me definitely indicates that we lost last night. It's absolutely chucking it down with rain. But overall, a fantastic tournament. Gareth Southgate, hats off to you, mate. But I just would have gave Sterling and Grealish a penalty, a bit more experience, to be honest with you. But that's done now. We turn our attention to West Ham. England, in terms of international football, turn their attention to Qatar in 2022. In just 6 or 7 months' time, we will be kicking off our World Cup, and coverage for that, of course, will be here on West Ham Unofficial. So like and subscribe, do all of that jazz. It's been a fantastic story, England. Thank you very much for it all. And this man, Declan Rice, you've done yourself proud again, mate. I couldn't be happier for you. You were pulled off, unrightly so, on a 70th minute last night. You had your game of your life last night. Declan Rice, hats off to you, mate. England, hats off to you. Gareth Southgate, hats off to you. In a way, we've brought football home, not in the conventional way, but we've got the excitement back in international England football. So that is what we mean. Semi-final, we lost. Final, we lost. Next year, we need to go one step further and lift that trophy, just like Bobby Moore did in 1966. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.